The great joy in inviting a goat's cheese maker onto Stories from the Red Couch is that she brings cheese. My guest today is Karen Lindsay. Karen, how can people find you?
Go to Facebook, Little White Goat Cheese, and Instagram, also Little White Goat Cheese. And there is a sad website, littlewhitegoatcheese.com.au.
We have covered births, deaths and marriages in this conversation. You are going to so love this. Stay right to the end. I'm Robin Cook and this is Stories from the Red Couch. So Karen, did it all start with you just saying one day, I think I just love goat's cheese so much, I might make some. And then that train of thought went quickly to, in fact, I might own 70 goats because how fabulous could I be at making cheese if I had 70 goats? Was that the kind of thought process you had?
No.
No. How did you start to be a cheesemaker and a goat herder?
That's a good name. It started off with, let's make goat soap.
Okay.
So we started with two little
big
big goats, knew nothing about them. Actually, we chose these two goats. They said, pick whichever two you like. Didn't have a clue what udders were supposed to look like, what formation. Well, they laughed as we drove out the gate. So they were in milk, but of course they dry up. So we had to buy a buck then.
Okay.
Knew nothing about how that worked.
Well, I mean the rudimentary information.
Rudimentary, yes, but
I'm
not
sure you
that
have
they can
that.
go through fences and they spray and.
Okay.
So we went to soap and that was fun, and I actually didn't like goat cheese.
Really?
No, I just thought it tasted
goaty.
Funny. It had that really strong. I thought, we'll go and do a course. And my daughter and I did a course and started playing.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and so I'm guessing that there's a lot of different breeds of goats as well.
Yes.
So is there, in your first learning curve, there must be massive learning curve. I can't even begin to imagine that. So what kind of breed of goat do you have?
So we started with little white goats, which are Saanens.
Okay.
And eventually got some little brown goats, which are Toggenburgs. And then I've got black and white goats now, which are British Alpine.
Okay.
Some people argue that one's a better milk or better butter fat, more milk fat.
Sure.
But all our milk goes into one
Fat.
pot. And, but there's definitely better milkers in all breeds.
Sure.
We had a girl who did 8 litres in one milking.
Wow, that's a lot of milk, isn't it? My
I've got
God.
a couple of her daughters, but she's 1.5 to 3 litres.
Yeah, okay.
Depending on the feed and if you've got feed.
Yes.
At the moment we don't.
Yes.
It's a drought.
Yes. Well, and that's true too. So you're really exposed to all of those seasonal variations, aren't you?
And the price in grain.
Yeah.
We pay about $800 delivered for a tonne of grain every couple of weeks. It's a lot of cheese to sell.
That is a lot of cheese to sell, isn't it?
Yes.
So where do you sell it?
We're in White's, IGA up the coast, and the new one at Baringa near Caloundra in Aura.
Whites are fabulous, aren't they?
I can't wait to see that new store
Yeah.
open. Mullaney Food Co, but more restaurants using the cheese in there.
Yeah. Because it really is quite a premium product, isn't it?
I like to think so.
Yes. Well, and it looks amazing. That one though is a buffalo cheese.
Yes.
So you do not only goat, and this is amazing because you're going to hear this, camel cheese. Tell me about that.
So I met Lauren Brisbane from Coo Camel at a big dairy do in the city.
Yes.
So we trekked into the city not knowing, I don't know, just big dairy do we got asked to, so
let's go to the city.
Free lunch. And a drink. And Lauren was sitting next to Lauren and she looked very important and knew what she was talking about. I thought, we started talking and we've become great mates.
They're wonderful people.
Oh, love her to death. So she now I process for her in my cheese kitchen.
Okay.
And then I said I want to try making camel feta, and my kitchen's now certified organic. So we are the
that's
first
fantastic.
organic camel feta in the world. All thanks to Lauren being organic.
That's incredible,
Yeah.
Karen. What an amazing
And
achievement.
it's beautiful.
Is it?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's really quite an achievement. So
It is.
organic camel feta.
Yeah.
The only
Yep.
one in the world.
Yep. Yep.
Congratulations.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how could people get that?
Well, Lauren sells it. You don't get a great yield from the milk.
Okay.
I'm actually making more tomorrow, so I think she's going to try and get it into stores.
Okay.
But we had the Montcoma restaurant used it the other day for the launch of Moreton Bay Food and Wine.
Yes.
In little tiny pastry cases. Oh God, it was beautiful.
Divine.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's just, it's fabulous.
That's brilliant.
Mm.
And then buffalo too. You're using buffalo milk? Yeah.
That's from North Queensland.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. And so do the different milks lend naturally to a particular style of cheese?
I think you
you
can do
think?
anything. I like basic fetas.
Yes.
I've made camemberts. Yeah, they're all right. I do like halloumi. I make goat halloumi, but it's an all-day process.
Oh, okay.
And at the moment, I don't have all day to stir and...
Sure.
Yeah. I don't think there's many buffalo fetas around.
No. Okay.
But you can do so many things with it. You know, veggie stacks and pizzas, and you can stuff any of the fetas in chicken breasts, sun-dried tomatoes.
Beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful. And, you're transporting all of that as well. Does it come down... I have memories of, dairy tankers, beautiful stainless steel. How are you getting your buffalo milk down here?
Do you know, and I'm trying to think of his name, Casamota Alessandro, who makes buffalo mozzarella. And,
Oh, yes. Yep.
So he buys it in 1,000 litre lots,
Okay.
shipped directly to him on the other side of Brisbane, and he freezes it. So I go down and get it frozen.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So that's easy for me.
Yeah. I've looked at a few of your videos on your website, and I really get the sense that apart from, just the craziness of goats.
And me.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, well, and that's another thing too. I'm going to segue there because that's a good point. I've noticed over the last few years how when women decide that they're going to go into something agricultural or, let's move to the country, invariably they take on goats. What are your thoughts about that? I think it's fascinating.
Well, I've had cattle.
Okay.
Love them, but they don't give back what the goats do. I've breed dogs, and they're beautiful, but I don't know. I think it's what you put into those animals, into goats, you get back tenfold.
Yeah.
They love you, whether you're having a...
Shit of a day or not.
Well, I was going to say that, but yeah, yes. You can be having an awful day and you go and sit down the paddock and someone will come and sit beside you and put
How
their head in
lovely
your
is
lap.
that? Because that's what I saw on the videos. I saw that love.
Yeah.
I saw the love that you had for the goats. And I saw there was one scene where you had some visitors. I don't know whether it might have been your family or visitors. But the goats were almost kissing them.
Yes.
It was just the most beautiful
I
thing.
think they can sense if someone storms in, they're gone.
Okay.
But if someone's really interested, it's almost like they're taking the time to see you. They'll teach you. And I sat with one of my girls the other day. She passed away actually, and she just laid there and cried, and I cried.
Oh, I bet you did.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, we
Yeah.
won't dwell on that.
No.
Because we'll both be crying any second.
But that she trusted me to sit with her.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, well, it's heartbreaking. You had a birth. Was that this morning?
Yes.
Birth?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
First timer, couldn't find her. She was around the corner and she'd started to go into labour, so I dragged her into one of our pens and got her all set up. And she started pushing and pushing and pushing and nothing's happening. And I don't like to intervene unless I have to. And we had a tiny little bit of a hoof. And that was it.
God, it just makes my eyes water.
And I think being a woman and having kids just sitting there going, push. And she pushed and pushed and pushed and she was straining and nothing was happening. So I had to go in and...
Poor darling.
But the biggest, buffiest, beautiful bar. He's just glorious.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you separate, not when they're babies, but over time, you keep the males and the females separated, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Yes. Yes. So a lot of the big dairies, and I won't name them, your favourite cheese, they run the bucks with the girls all the time. And if you've ever smelt a buck in rut?
No.
You could bottle it to keep away the nail. It's just...
Yes.
It's worse than dead socks. It's worse than dead underpants. It's
really
worse than teenage boys' bedrooms.
That's pretty bad.
And that, because they're with the girls all the time, that rubs on them and taints the milk. That taste gets into the milk.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's what you don't want.
like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it. A lot of people do.
You weren't a goat cheese lover, were you?
And that horrible taste.
I think that's hilarious. And now you're a goat cheese
and
maker.
I love it. I love this because it's mild. Yeah.
And it is mild. But you've got it, so this is the feta.
Yep.
There's a couple of jars there. I've already tasted some. It really is very beautiful.
Okay.
Yes. But you have it marinated.
Yes.
So what have you got in here?
It's Aussie garlic, black pepper and thyme.
Nice. Nice. And the oil?
Sunflower. A lot of them used olive oil.
Yeah.
But if you put that into the fridge, it goes hard.
Hard, yeah.
You can do a combination, but it's a really light flavour. And when the cheese is gone, you can use that to cook steak and add it to casseroles.
Yeah, that's a great idea, isn't it? Yeah. So, how many people are involved in looking after you? You've got 70, haven't you?
Yes.
How many
there's
people?
There's going to be more.
Oh,
there'll be more
soon. Because there's babies.
At the moment.
Yeah, I've seen photos.
Yes.
So,
just me. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Birth
Just
to
you.
death.
Yeah.
And in between.
Oh, that's incredible. So that's 70 milkers?
No. We've got about 20 at the moment.
Okay.
By the end of the season, should be 30-ish. I don't exactly know how many's pregnant because the buck got out. I went down that day and they're all looking at me grinning. And here's the buck in the corner, exhausted.
Oh, that's so funny.
It wasn't. And the next day a different buck got out.
It is now in the retelling of the story.
Yeah, but not at the time. And there were a few bad words spoken, but...
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how many's...
All right. You went through the Grow Coastal program.
Yes.
How was that?
Fabulous.
It's a big thing, isn't it? I mean, it's intense because you have to take time out of your business to work on your business.
Yes.
Was that hard to justify when you first thought about undertaking that program?
Well, firstly, I didn't think I'd get in.
Okay.
Secondly, I was at that place in my business where I was just sitting. I did well at festivals and, wine and food shows, but I was just hovering and it was either going to go that way or that way. And then I was chosen and it was worth a day a week, plus half a day to get over it because I'm an old chicken, so these lectures. Oh.
Yeah, and it's a lot to take in.
Oh.
And it really uses different parts of your brain, doesn't it? So you have to switch from, helping a goat give birth to social media.
Yeah, all these and homework. Ex-school teacher doing homework. No, but it was really, and the people in the course, the other foodies, I love them.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore them.
Yeah. And that
support.
nice collaboration is possible, isn't there?
Week 2, I was in tears because here's this group of people I've just met who are all supporting you. It was just
Isn't that a beautiful thing? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know where else you find that, but certainly on the Sunshine Coast, we've got an incredible reputation for collaborative
we're Moreton Bay, but the collaboration,
right.
but the collaboration on the Sunshine Coast is
so
amazing.
That would be so if we think about it as the fan network, then
fans.
so that takes in all of those areas, doesn't it?
Yes.
And that has been an astonishing program and continues to deliver, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. And if you want to further your business, do it.
Yeah, join fan.
Yeah, join fan. And if you can get into Grow Coastal, it just... I think for me, number 1, it was the confidence boost.
Yes.
2, it was the people around me giving you that push outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit nuts and I don't follow rules, so I had to sit.
I don't either.
I know I had to sit from 8 till 4 and follow rules.
Yeah.
Drank heavily at night. That was good.
And ate some good food,
We
because
did.
at these events everyone brings out their best, don't they?
Yeah.
And so when I met you, it was at the graduation
Yes.
of the Grow Coastal
Yes.
program, and it was held, I can't even remember, at the university? No.
114.
Oh yes, that's
Venue
right.
114.
Yeah. Down at
Sportsman's Parade at there.
yes. We'll just put that up later. That's okay.
I'll think of it later.
Yeah, and so what was fabulous about that was being able to then go into that other room where everyone had their little stands set up, and you could walk around and meet everybody and taste that food.
And there were so many clever people.
Incredible
I mean,
food.
cheese is cheese, but
Yeah.
there were
Well, no, cheese isn't just cheese.
No.
But there were some very
baking
innovative.
salt and the
Yeah.
gnocchi and the chocolate and the honey and the
Yeah.
clever people.
Yeah. That's fantastic. And do you feel that you're going to get some long-term opportunities out of that now? Have you got some plans about collaborating or?
Tuesday, I'm going to Q Camel, and Hum Honey will be there, and we're going to be talking to a very important providor to see if we can get him to work with us. And
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because Lisa's Hum
she's
Honey is amazing. I've tried to have her sitting there, but she is so busy.
I'll get her
She
there.
doesn's have time.
Yes, she does. If I have, after the goat birth this morning and going home to make cheese.
She'll have time. Yeah.
Yes, and her honey on the cheese.
Yeah, it's spectacular, isn't it?
Beautiful,
So what
yeah.
have you got here?
So this is the buffalo cheese.
Yep.
It's just a buffalo feta, and that's just a bit of native currant on it.
Yes,
You're welcome to try.
I will try that. And then with the other, the goat's
goat.
feta, how long does it take to make it?
So from teat to eat, it's about a week and a half.
Okay,
It's a quick process.
Yeah, so it's really fresh
I
cheese.
like that. A newspaper did that. A teat to eat. I thought that was clever. But you've got to be not drink.
Yeah. To be able to say.
Yes.
That's fabulous. So it's only a week. And are you're working in vats or you're working in saucepans?
I've given up saucepans.
Okay, yeah.
So I've got a 40-foot shipping container that's in now a safe food kitchen.
Yes.
And I've got a 200-litre pasteuriser, and then that goes into buckets. So I like doing each 10-litre or 20-litre buckets, depending on the amount, and I make each lot in the buckets, and it's all hand put into baskets, ladled into baskets,
Wow,
and
okay.
then turned, and then put into brine, and then bottled,
Yeah.
and then delivered.
Can people come and visit you?
Well, we're working on the roads because we're a banana farm with really bad roads.
Okay.
So we're working on getting the front track sorted so we can get wine tours coming in, and they can
Nice.
stop for a cheese and a wine. And
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so farm gate, building
Yeah.
up that farm
Yeah.
gate. And you're at Wamuran?
yes,
And there's lots of farms out there.
oh yeah,
Aren't there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mandy at Loverberry.
Yes.
she's there. She's a close neighbour.
Yes. And so do other farms there have a farm gate?
I know Mandy. She has days where people can come in and pick their own, and she does her war on waste.
Okay,
she
yes.
does her car park parties.
Yes. She does, yes.
She does.
Yeah, that's pretty
And her
amazing.
strawberry dust is really nice with the cheese too.
Okay.
And we're trying to work out a way using her finger limes with some of the cheese.
Oh, that'd be nice as well. Because that would be a whole day out for people coming up from Brisbane or down from the sunny coast. To be able to do a wine as well? Is
Yeah,
it
there's
this-
Woodford Kilcoy's wines,
Yes.
Ocean View.
yes,
So
that's right.
you can either start with the strawberries and cheese and go and end up at the winery, so you can get your bottles and come down and drink it with the cheese. And
I love that.
Yes.
So is that kind of information available on the Moreton Bay
food
Council?
trail. I think the food trail's up on places around Moreton Bay that you can go to.
Okay, so
Is
you'd
it
find that through the Moreton Bay.
Embrit. I think Moreton Bay
Website?
Oh, yes, I think so. I think it's under
Yeah.
food trail.
Okay,
Yep.
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So, Karen, where can people find you? How can they find you? Because they'll want to. You'll
Yes.
want to.
Facebook and Instagram
Are the
are
best.
I can handle that. I have a website, but I haven't touched it for a while.
Yeah, but it's got everything
Yeah,
on it. I've been looking through it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
But it needs a bit of
yeah.
drinking,
Yeah.
re-drinking. So yeah, Facebook and Instagram.
So what?
So
what
Little
are they
White Goat Cheese on Facebook, and Little White Goat Cheese on Instagram.
Okay.
And you'll see all the crazy videos and baby pictures and
Yes.
chefs that I get to meet and work with.
I know. So who was your most recent chef?
Matt Sinclair
Oh,
was
yes.
at the launch of Moreton Bay Food Mine. He's such a cutie. He's so nice. And Alistair McLeod came out for a visit, and he's awesome. So we're doing a dinner with him Saturday at Daybra.
Brilliant.
Daybra Festival. Daybra. I'm not sure the name of the dinner is. Daybra.
We can find it.
Who else have I worked with? Harry's on Budrum.
Yes.
Stuart Bell's fabulous. Moncomo, did some cheese dishes with them the other day. Brouhaha,
Yes.
they use my goat feta. I think they're doing it for Father's Day with a great big hunk of meat, a big wagyu thing, dinosaur bone steak, with some little tomatoes and the cheese.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Matt Glinsky's used it. He did a few demonstrations at the Relish Festival.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it must be incredibly satisfying.
It is. It is.
To have that
Yeah.
kind of exposure to such high-profile chefs.
Oh, and we did Kiwana, the Best Western at Kiwana, and Gather and Feast at Caboolture. Candy there does vegetarian. Oh my God, the food, what she did with the cheese.
Yeah. Spectacular.
Don't expect that at home. You just get it on a plate. Oh, it was just beautiful.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. So my guest today was Karen Lindsay, and go and find the cheese. Jump on Facebook, Instagram, website, buy some, you'll love it. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
That was 20 minutes already. There you go.
Well done.
Good cat.
Good cat.
No cheese eating.